So this is a really old propagation that I've had for literally months. Honestly, probably over a year now. Yeah, it's growing a new leaf, and it's been a long time since it's grown a new leaf, and it just looks like spring is here because honestly all our plants have been sprouting so many new babies, which is such a nice thing to witness since they've kind of been like at a peak for a long time. But yeah, it truly must be the springtime magic. Look at, I kind of don't ever want to plant this one, and I'm pretty sure they can live forever in water because like I said, it's been like a year and she's still doing really good. She's so beautiful. I mean, look at those roots. Look at that. This little guy's getting little leaves as well. You can kind of see. Come on. Yes. It's funny because this plant came from one of the first plants that I got for this house. And it was huge and it was luscious and it had like a million of these, and I decided to repot it because it just wasn't growing and like the water would just go right through the soil. It was so root bound. But it didn't make it. And honestly, I made, I think like, oh my god, like 100 propagations, and they just never fully made it past like a short period of time before dying. But these are the last two that did, and they've grown so much. Alright, well my camera ran out of space, but yeah, so as I was saying, these are the last two little babies from that plant, and they've been holding on pretty good too, getting really big, so just proud.
What? You want?
You won already?
Two wins in a row.
They are. Ooh, is it yummy? I only ended up getting one onion at the farmer's market because at Sprouts yesterday when we went grocery shopping, all the red onions were out. There was like very few left, and they were all really rotten, which is really sad because I wanted to make this salsa. So yeah, we went to the farmer's market. I got one onion and that's actually like the first produce that I've ever purchased from a farmer's market, so we're making progress, and I got to connect with a little bit other people there, and it was really nice, you know. It was just nice to be able to talk to people today. And now it's time to make the cookies. You had them.
Oh, thanks.
Nice. Right there, right there, right there. Right there. Super far away. Oh. uneven. They look a little weird right now. I'm trying this no heat curl method that I saw on YouTube, and I watched 2 tutorials, and I think I did it right. I don't know. You're supposed to leave overnight, so that's usually about like 7 to 8 hours. So around like 3 or so, I'm gonna take them off, and hopefully I have some nice bouncy curls, because I want to try to take pictures today for something special. Okay, so I'm just gonna do my makeup a little bit. I normally don't put makeup on. I just usually put sunscreen and some face moisturizer. I've learned to be completely comfortable in my skin, so I actually prefer not to wear makeup. But there's absolutely nothing wrong with wearing it, and occasionally I do want to put some on because it's fun. And so today I think I'm just gonna do a little bit. Yeah, and I also wanted to share a story from yesterday that I thought was so cool. It was actually really wild. So it actually happened at the first place we went to, which was the one of the coffee shops that we go to. Well, actually we don't go to this coffee shop as often. It's pretty far from us, but it was within the area that we were going to last night or yesterday. But yeah, anyway, so there was a couple there. At least I think they were a couple. I'm not sure. I'm just gonna assume that they were. But regardless, they were ordering after us, and they were just waiting for their drinks, and the girl comes up to me and she's like, "Hey, I know this is weird, but is that dragon language on your arm?" And as she says this, she proceeds to put her arm up. And let me just show you really quick my tattoo, in case you haven't seen it. So this is my tattoo. And what this is, so I'll just give you the history of this first. So what this is Dova script, or the dragon language, in a video game called Skyrim. Now, I love video games, and Skyrim is like my second most favorite video game ever. It is truly just so magical and beautiful of a game. I literally could spend hours talking about it. It's beautiful, okay? So I love it so much I got a tattoo in honor of it, and my name, which I'll go into. But yeah, so in the game you have these things, I guess you could say they're like your powers. They're called shouts, and they're written in the fictional dragon language of Skyrim. And the one that I have tattooed on my arm is half of one of these shouts, which I never know if I say this right, but it's called like Kyron's peace. And the part right here is actually the peace part, like meaning peace. And the reason I got this was because I wanted to find a way to tie in my family name. So my maiden last name is Paz, or Paz, which is Spanish for peace. And I wanted to find a way to represent my family name, and I felt like this would be a really cool way to tie in my love for video games as well, especially Skyrim. So looking at it, unless you play Skyrim, well, one, you have no idea what language it is, because I get asked all the time, like, if it's Sanskrit, is it Arabic, what language is on your arm? And then I get people who are like, oh, that's from Skyrim, because it's pretty distinct, the language or the writing. So yeah, so I got the part that meant peace to put onto my arm, so that way I can tie in my family name with my love for video games all in one. And yeah, it's such a meaningful tattoo to me. But it's funny because on Friday, I got asked so many times by the customers at work just about it. And you know, I love when people ask me about this tattoo because one, I love talking about it because of the meaning behind it and the significance of it. But it's also nice for when people just kind of ask about you, even strangers, just to get to know like something about you. And I love seeing people's reactions to it, especially if they haven't played the game. I find a lot of people think it's just a really cool tattoo, and they're like, wow, that's so special. And yeah, today it still holds a really significant meaning to me, and I think it always will. So yeah. Anyway, so it's one thing for someone to ask and like be interested in my tattoo, and it's another when someone recognizes, hey, that's from Skyrim, and I'm just like, hell yeah, it is, you know? We have this little bonding moment. But I've never met another person with a Skyrim tattoo, at least not with the dragon script. And I'm not saying I'm unique, because I definitely think there's probably hundreds, if not thousands, of people who have Dova script written on them. But I've never seen that, at least not in person. So this girl goes to me and she's like, is that dragon language on your arm? And she proceeds to put the same arm, the same side up, and mirrors to me. She also has Dova script written on her arm across it. And I was just like I was like, what? Like I was like, oh my god, you too? And then her boyfriend, or again, I think it is her boyfriend, he puts up the same exact arm because they have a matching tattoo. And he also has JavaScript there. And I was just like, what? Like, it was, like, the synchronicities, first of all, were on point. It was just so funny. And just so, like, what are the chances? First of all, what are the chances that we got there at the same time? Okay, us 3 people with the same exact, well, almost the same exact tattoo, because theirs actually was from a shout, which I forgot the name of it, but basically it tames all the wild animals near you. They basically befriend you, like they'll be friendly towards you and calm, and it kind of creates like a peace within the animals. So I'm assuming they're probably animal lovers, and that would be a nice tattoo to have. Actually, I was like, oh, that's actually a really cute idea. I like that. But yeah, so I told them what mine was part of, half of a shout, and like the meaning behind it, and it was just such a cool experience. And I was just like, wow, I found my people. And you know what, I didn't even get their names, and I'm like, I mean, even if I got their names, I still feel like, you know, those probably would have been cool people to be friends with. Which also brings up the whole point of, like, I feel like it's so hard to make friends as adults. Like, unless you work with them or you go to school with them and you see them enough time to establish like an organic relationship or friendship, it's like, how do you just ask someone you met that you're like, I like your vibes, I'd like to get to know you as friends? Like, how do you just, you know, like, I feel like the most appropriate way is maybe like exchanging social medias, but even then it's like, I also don't want to appear like weird or creepy, like, hey, I just met you and I totally like your vibes and we seem to have interests, you want to be my friend? Here's my Instagram. Like, I don't know how that would work, you know what I'm saying? So that was definitely really crazy. I was just like, what are the chances of all this, you know? And yeah, I couldn't get over that little experience that we had in that exchange. I actually asked them for a picture because I wanted to document this experience. I'm like, this was actually rather significant to me and it was really cool. So I asked them if we could take pictures, and I just feel like I came out super awkward in them. Honestly, I felt like it would have been so much better if I caught it on camera because I was vlogging yesterday. I wasn't vlogging at that moment because I still feel a little awkward pulling out my camera, but I definitely didn't want them to feel awkward either. And I, you know, again, I asked them for permission for the photo, but I didn't want to be like, yo, you want to be in my blog and stuff, you know, or vlog, because I don't know, I just felt like that would have been weird to them. Or they probably would have been really cool with it, but I don't know, I don't have that confidence yet to just ask strangers to be in videos with me. So I took a picture, I'll post it up here. I look really awkward, and it's really hard to see my tattoo in that because theirs is definitely a lot bigger and thicker font than mine is. But here, I'm just going to show you again one more time how it looks. And then if you see theirs, you can kind of see the similarities, at least in how the lettering is and stuff like that. So yeah, okay. I think I'm pretty much almost done with my makeup. You probably can't tell on camera how it looks. It's definitely more noticeable in person. I'll try to get it close up. Maybe the lighting is like, I mean, it kind of does wash me out because I'm not this pale. But yeah, so okay, so it's a little bit darker over here. You can kind of see it better. Like, it's nothing crazy. You can see a little bit of the blush. I don't know, can you see it on here? Just a nice little natural look going on. Girl, I like it. I feel good. I feel cute with or without makeup. But yeah, so here's the finished product. Isn't it so cute? Adam helped me with the card. He made one and I made one. So she's gonna have 2 little birthday cards. And I love this bag. I actually got it at a bridal shower. It was part of a gift that I won. And I just kept the bag because it was so cute. And now I'm putting it to good use. We got some homemade cookies in there. Yeah, so hopefully she feels better. She's unable to hang out today, which is completely okay. She needs to rest and heal. But I'm thinking we can go deliver it to her, right?
To her house.
To her house. Which, it's a new house, so I've actually never been there. And it's actually near the desert area, so maybe we can take pictures there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Moment of truth, guys.
Yeah, we're gonna wait.
I'm nervous. Let's see how it comes out.
Do it this for you.
And this ear hurts so bad because this bun was smushing it all day.
Smush it on.
I look like that character from, I was gonna say Harry Potter, from Star Wars.
Natalie Portman's character? Adam, come here.
No, from the cartoon one. That what's her face?
Oh.
Did the, you know what I'm saying?
Adam.
Doesn't it look kind of like that? You see it?
Honestly,
It has stripes because it has stripes.
I don't know Star Wars enough to remember exactly.
I don't either, but I just remember how she looked. I don't know if it was her hair or horns, but they look like this and they had stripes.
Friend? How many friends?
600.
That?
It's subtle, but it's better than it being how it normally looks, I guess. I'm probably gonna slightly dampen it next time then. Although they say not to, or well, they'd actually never specify to do that, but got a nice little curl going. So the pictures came out so good. We were able to deliver the goods to Christy. So if that wasn't obvious enough, we are pregnant with our second. And yeah, so super excited. I'm gonna make a video on it. This whole journey, it's been beautiful and we are so blessed. But yeah, so I'm gonna go start editing my video. I'm gonna start editing some stuff and make dinner and then call it a day and a weekend. It's been fun.